just seeing the belief from Eddie Jones World Cup debacle to now, that's what Joe Smith said as well. Like the amount of growth in that area, and there's still guys. I reckon Carter will come back. I reckon Markey will come back. I reckon some years are coming over. I don't know. Hot off the press, made up, but it could happen.
Now, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload. Welcome back to Rugby Heads, brought to you by the Pig Athletic Club, where we cover all things in the world of rugby. My name is Sione, and joining me today are my fellow rugby nerds, Alex Ironside and Ryan Freeney. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Yeah, g'day guys, how are we?
Yeah, apologies that we missed last week. We'll get to that in our try no tries, but let's start with the positive top performers of the week. Freeney, kick us off. Who was your top performer on the weekend?
I got two. I don't know if it says top performer, but I got top performers.
Yeah, no worries,
my first one's Lenny Kitau. I swear he had about 50 million carries. He was an extra forward. He was the most underrated of the game. I thought he sort of, like, no one really saw the shit as he was doing. But fuck, he was immense and was unreal to watch.
Before you go on your second one, I love that you just took all the notes that Alex put in our group chat on Ikitau, so that in case he says Ikitau too. So yeah, great work, love your work, mate. Interception. Carry on.
Yeah, mate. And my next one goes to Dylan Peach. I've been whinging about it for weeks, how he hasn't got in the test side. I think he has to be starting the next test.
Yeah.
Him and Jorgensen. Far out, man. He's big, dynamic. He's just that dude we need. He adds that extra punch that we need as well. So yeah, he's my number two. He's fucking unreal, man.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah, unreal. And Onside, who's your second choice since Freeney took your first?
Yeah, so my two top performers, I'm going to go with if we're going to go two people, there's a lot of people, obvious ones, but I'm going to go with a Brumbies duo. I'm going to go with Hooper, who did get man of the match anyway, but, man, just kind of goes to show, like, fucking sad we lose guys like that to overseas. Like, I think he's young, takes a back row a couple of years to get into it, but we didn't miss Bobby really at all. Might not be the same type of style of player, but man, he showed up on the weekend. And then another guy, I think, it's really hard to show in rugby. We never, haven't had decent locks in a long time, and obviously Skelton play well. But Nick Frost, set piece, man, fuck, he was unreal. He stole so much ball. Once they kind of lost a couple of their own ones at the start and got back into a rhythm, man, he's unreal. He's good around the park. He's kind of unassuming. He just kind of trundles around and just gets his work done. I really rate him. I think that, and he's still young as well. I think, man, like a Nathan Sharp or someone like that, we haven't had someone like that a long time that just does all the shitters. And he kind of complimented Skelton so well on the weekend. And I honestly think he probably had a better game than him. And he can play 80 minutes if he needs to.
Yeah. Mate, good shout. My one was he's exiting Rugby Australia. He's off to France. Big Daniel Dupont. I think he's back to his best. A lot's been said about him the last 2 years, but I think he was back to his best. You can tell that he was keen to work this game just by his speed to get off the ground. Normally, sometimes with big boys trying to get off the ground, you're waddling off one knee to the other one. He was straight off the ground like he was doing a burpee. So shout out to Nella. Hopefully this, apparently the Frenchies, the guys that are playing overseas, so Gleeson and Skelton and Nella and even Hooper, who's going over to England, won't be included in TRC. So, but with Big Al out, hopefully Nella can stick around for a little bit until Big Al's back. So shout out to all those guys. Let us know your top performers in the comments. But now let's go to our try, no tries. Freeney, who's your try, no try?
My no try this week, it's not a rugby one, but it goes to your cousin Bowler, Whakaotoki from
D'Artagnan.
Yeah, D'Artagnan, fucking Marcus, Reese, Paulie, fucking whatever he calls himself. It's on a current affair tonight. If you miss it, it's on Channel 9 live, so right now, or on 7 p.m. But if you have missed it, go back to the
9 now
and watch the Tongan Swindler just absolutely tear through the women of the world and more. So He's a real piece of shit, so just watch out.
Yeah, the big no try.
Yeah, big no try. Absolute jerk. Liar.
Any tries? Any positives?
Mate, just the Lions tour.
Yeah.
I know it's over now. It's taken me this long from the last podcast I was on to now to recover from the second loss. I personally think it's one of those 50-50 calls. I thought it was a penalty. Didn't call it. One of those things in rugby where you don't always get the rub of the green that night, I thought, like for most of the game. So I thought, fuck, what do you do? Did decide the game in the end. But that tour, I mean, the Poms are ragging on us. The Poms are ragging on themselves. I thought it was, I thought it was a bit of a clunky sort of, it wasn't a real true Lions series in the sense of that clinical sort of play that they usually have, that real dominance, set piece dominance, kicking corners. But I fucking loved it, the way that Finn Russell, you didn't know what he was going to do. Cross good kicks. He's doing this fucking get through the line offloads. Yes, it wasn't that Northern Hemisphere style of rugby, but I thought it was better. It was fucking a lot of tries. I still thought they had a cracking squad. That was an unreal squad. And people were just fucking hating on them for the sake of hating on them. But I actually thought it was awesome. And the buzz around town was awesome. It was just awesome to see so many people supporting Union in Australia.
And awesome to see Dave following all the superstars at the after party. But Ironside, who's your try, no try for the week?
Big no try is 2 no tries. I'm going to go myself. Had a big Friday night this week out with the boys from work. Got home late. It was pissing down rain in Sydney and told Flinny I can't be fucked to go and watch the last game of the Lions. I'd been to 4 games already, and I just sat on the couch and watched it. Was so lazy, didn't even order Uber Eats, so I just did a frozen pizza in the old oven and probably half a bottle of chocolate milk. And you know what? It was so good. I forget how good it is to just it is great going to games, but just to watch a game on TV by yourself, it's life's simple pleasures, really. I'd watched 3 games surrounded by Poms. And just to segue into my next no try is surrounded by a large Fijian man at Melbourne who played under 20s for Australia, was born in Fiji, but bred well and truly up and in Australia. Cheering on the Poms a little bit too hard. They probably paid for a couple more mortgages on a couple houses, and definitely a lot of the RM's Williams stuff that he was wearing to the ground. But Namani, Big Nems, Kurandrani, mate, shame on you. This country's given you as much as we could, and you bloody cheering on the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm going to go try. Look, we've been negative. We like to say it up. It is great banter. Just the banter during the series, and, they get the last laugh. See you in 12 years chat, but there's just a lot of good stuff that gets thrown around. I don't really like to buy in too much into there's 4 countries versus 1, because that's kind of the beauty of the Lions tour. But man, as Freeney said, just the vibe everywhere. Because the joke's on them. They spent all that money to come and watch the worst team to tour in, and they got picked at the last post for a tour. So yeah, well done. And I wish we could have it more often so we could get more money in the kitty for Rugby Australia. But rings well for the World Cup.
Yeah, good chat.
I think, one more thing I would like to add is that I do appreciate all the Poms that have said how it was a great tour and how the Wallabies did play good footy, which they did. I thought they might have wrote us off after the first test, but fuck, we were right in it to that last try. And it was just good, we've still got a young team. That's a fucking young team.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they played some unreal footy, and I haven't seen them play that good since that South African game where Kurabeti nearly killed fucking
Mapimpi.
Mapimpi.
Yeah.
that was just such a good, and then that last game, they were so dominant. They were just pumping them.
Yeah.
So it's good for us, I think, going into TRC.
Yeah, we'll get into the game after this, but my try, I'll start with my no try was last week. We come off just a close loss to the British and Irish Lions in Melbourne. I'm I'm currently here in the Netherlands, so I flew on Monday last week, but we planned to shoot on the Sunday night before I left, and everyone was so brokenhearted, it didn't happen. So we didn't have an episode last week. I'll take a quote here from Freeney's chat. I've got nothing left. I quit. And that was when everyone else, I can't be bothered doing it either. So we didn't have an episode last week. Sorry, guys. We were all heartbroken, but luckily the boys got it done on the weekend. So we're back well and truly heading into TRC. And then my try was Rugby Australia and the Lions putting on an awesome show. Got a few stats here. Just under 500,000 turned out to the stadiums, to all the games in Australia. And then also just under 5.5 million tuned in on not free-to-air, Channel 9's free-to-air broadcast of only just the 3 test matches, so all the free-to-air. That doesn't include stands. So shout out to everyone in Australia tuning in. Everyone still cares about it. Obviously, it's maybe it is true that paywall is sort of keeping us down. So, mate, it's good to see, and it's good to see even Bus Rothfield, notorious rugby union hater, talking about rugby union, and a lot of the rugby league pundits talking about the game as well. So that was my no try.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like I don't think you realise how devastated I was. Like, I blocked and deleted my boss because he's a leaguey and he kept talking shit. I just blocked and deleted him. Like off all social media, I was like in proper mourning. Like for at least until Wednesday. I was like, I had like the emptiest feeling I've had in a long time, and I was just shattered. I've been looking forward to that tour for so long, and then for it to get snatched at the last minute, I was just devastated for the boys, and fuck, mate. Yeah, what a cracking game.
I think the message went at about 10 a.m. on Sunday that we were going to change it to Sunday. I'd left Revolver in Melbourne at about 5:30 in the morning and had to run to the gate to get on the 7 a.m. flight back to Sydney. And I think I just got home and showered and saw the message, who can do the pod today? And Sione did Ironside ? And I said, absolutely no way.
I got one more no try. Ironside already went after one of our blacks on this show that's not here today. I'll go after the other black on the show, since you guys aren't allowed to. Well, it's frowned upon. But JT, it's clear he's not here because his record, he was carrying on before the series, 3-0 Lions taking over, and mate, he's got no backbone, not turning up today.
I've heard he's trying to get into the Wallaroos camp as the water boy, hydration manager, and to wash the dirty clothes. So, Big JT, we know what you're up to, mate. You're a real piece of work. Yeah. And we'll get you, man. Don't you worry.
Okay, now let's get into the actual game, the third test. Thoughts on the game, Freeney, and who played well, and just, thoughts on the game.
It's thoughts on the game. Mate, what a dominant performance. Like, absolutely... Whether it was a dead rubber or not, Lions shouldn't be getting pounded by that like that for so long in that game. They didn't look a chance. They got absolutely hammered at set piece, out-muscled. I reckon it was a total physical performance against the Lions, where the Aussies just dominated, which is awesome to see, awesome to finish like that. There's a couple of casualties. Imagine copping big skeletons. He was gone. That stupid headgear didn't help him, did it? But I reckon actually one person I absolutely rinsed before the games was Maro Toje, and his shit speeches. But mate, his captain's not. He was, if not the best player the whole tournament. I don't care what anyone says. He was unbelievable, and just that real Richie McCaw sort of level pest / just in that grey area all the time. These Maul defences, I don't know what's going on these days, but you just keep your head, like, pretend you're still in it. You can just swim through and just fucking go around the side.
Yeah, mate.
It was that real grey area, which is what I love about rugby, and get away with it. So fucking fair play to the fella, mate. Just get some more fucking, what's that show called? Chat about you with the blacks. it called?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Oh, Top Boy.
Oh,
Big Get some more chat about you.
Mate, really rated the way you played, but we need some more Top Boy, mate. We don't need
bit of South London.
ancestors. Don't need to go full get out styles with the speeches, mate. Just go a bit more bloody Top Boy, eh?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise that was the show you're going for. But Ironside, we're about 2 years out away from what we were like at the World Cup, probably the lowest point of the Wallabies. Bowed out in the pool stage. What's the difference from the Wallabies then and the Wallabies now?
I think Eddie Jones, mate. I think yeah, well, that's fucking one thing. I think we're playing like Australia used to have an identity in terms of what they played like. Like even when I was growing up, it wasn't like, the Saffers did this, the Kiwis did this, the Wallabies did this. We've kind of lost that. And I think we went back to like a more like Australian style type of rugby, like have a crack down the edges, still be tough in the middle, but like throw it around a bit more. And it looked like for the first time in a while, no one was kind of scared to have a crack those last two games. Like the best players we've got are the Suwalis, the Tom Wrights when they've got space, even Jorgensen. They do some of the shitters, but like, man, get them in space and they'll have a crack. And it was the first time in a while. And I think a lot of that actually comes down to Liner. I think that once you saw him getting more confident, he kind of is quite, like, not a big guy. I was surprised how happy he was to get close to the line and distribute and play out the back. And I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a bit of continuity for the first time in a while in the centres, the wingers, and the back three, where it doesn't matter if there's one or two changes in the edge. If you got those guys in the middle, it's pretty cool. I don't know what's going on with Liner with his head. I know he's had a few knocks, but I think 2 years out from another World Cup, like how good would it be to have him there. And then maybe just parachuting a bit of a veteran to get these guys even a bit more confident. But I think that style of play was back. Even like some of the line-out moves that we tried. Man, we used to just go for like the most basic line-out where we actually looked dangerous at some points with some plays and had a crack.
Decent.
Yeah, Moore was good.
Was good.
Our scrum was good. And we played well off all of them.
Yeah.
Like we didn't just kind of fuck around. So, I mean, it's pretty weird, man, Freeney being so positive, but there's so much positives about it, and the depth was there. Like even Jeremy Williams, like I don't think he had the best first game, but he was unreal when he came off the bench on the weekend. Like people are happy to play a role. Like Tate McDermott was probably like the best nine, either one of the best players the whole series, didn't start a game. So, there's lots of positives.
Yeah. I hope he does. I saw one thing. I think it was Ewan McKenzie sort of saying that with Nick White coming in, where does Tate know where he stands and shit. So hopefully they communicated, mate. Yeah. You are just fucking hard to handle off the bench.
Yeah.
I still reckon he should have started, in my opinion. But Jake Gordon, man, fuck, how good was he second test? I think, Jorgensen, man, how incredible is he? Fucking hell. I still very impressed with our set piece all tournament. I thought that was super strong. And I know, we usually don't have a lot of depth there, but I thought fucking, Tom Robinson did a job. Suoliti, I think he's still trying to find his feet at 13.
A lot better this week.
Yeah, he looked more confident to try things this week.
Yeah,
100%. But fuck, mate, it's good going into this TRC. I'm pretty fucking pumped.
Yeah. But we'll get into TRC next week. Now, we'll round up the Lions series, starting off with the best moment of the series. Freeney, what was your favourite moment of the series?
The first 30 minutes of the second game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was my favourite part of the series.
We were freaking out, yeah.
We thought we may never lose again. We thought if they play like, no, mate, it's just that running rugby again. Wasn't it just good to watch? Yeah. Oh, mate, we were losing. We were losing the plot, man. You were losing the plot. And then I scored those 2 times before half. I'm like, oh no, it's happening again. But we were, just seeing the belief from Eddie Jones World Cup debacle to now. That's what Joe Smith said as well. Like, fuck the amount of growth in that area. And there's still guys, I reckon Carter will come back. I reckon Markey will come back. I reckon some fucking leaguers are coming over. Mate. I don't know. It's hot off the press, made up facts, but it could happen. It was good. Man.
Yeah, no. And Alex, your favourite moment from the series?
Man, I think I was so lucky to go to 4 games.
We get it, man.
Like, it was pretty unreal. Yeah, no, I don't have wife and kids. I think one cool thing, maybe not a moment, but I still think that Anzac team, like, I know it was a shit game that didn't come together, like, and even the Pacifica First Nations team, man, wasn't that cool? Like, I hope that doesn't have to wait for 12 years. I hope there can be a way that can be, you know, maybe not an every year thing, but, you know, they can play an invitational or like a warm-up game against someone, or even when the English Saxons come out, or like, you know, something like that, the A sides can play against a side like that, because I think that's a really cool concept, and that Pacific game was awesome. Yeah. But I think I was going to say that moment when we were winning, but I went to we were winning at the Melbourne ground. It was my round to get drinks, came back, and we were on our back heels, so that was a bit shocking. But man, I think Jorgensen's try, I don't know, something about how the ball just fell and he just went. And I think we're so accustomed for things to get called back. I don't know. He did nothing wrong, but I was waiting for the TMO. Like, there's always something. But I just think that, man, that shows he's just in the hunt. And I was like, fuck, how good is this bloke? Because he's already been awesome, I reckon, player. But I just think that was a real, like, just did it himself. And he's just quick. And I don't know, just loved it. And then also the biff. A little bit of it, almost a few punches thrown. Nick White, everyone hates him, but, you know, like, it's so good. And, like, even Skelton just, like, laughing as he's manhandling, like, 2-3 of them.
It's something out of Game of Thrones, just like,
Yeah. I mean, there's so many moments you can break it down. And I'll leave you one more is Sam Bignella crying during the anthem. Like, man, you can say what you want. Oh, we're Tongan, Samoan, whatever, Fijian. Man, he's like, wherever he grew up, he's a Wallaby. And, like, he's proud to represent the gold jersey. And, man, that was just awesome to see that. And I really hope it's not the end of the era for him. I hope he kind of goes and does it.
He's going to be back, bro.
I hope he goes and does a year in France and come back like a bit like what Skelton did, and he's just done real.
I think
it might be good.
A bit of a reset, man. Reset and find the love of the game again, and just realize, you know, fuck, man, this. Mate,
that guy, I got goosebumps. It makes me emotional talking about him. Just fucking love him. It's so good to see. Shit like that makes you fucking rock hard.
Yeah. You know, one thing I think everyone's missed too. I thought it wasn't bad officiating. I thought that Italian ref was decent. I thought that Georgian ref was decent. I thought, like, the reffing as a whole was pretty good. They fucking let a bit go. It was a bit like Origin in some aspects. Except it, like, you know, the liner where he got fucking caved in by You know, there's a couple of things that are a bit how you going, but at the end of the day, like, I thought it was pretty good considering the fuck, mate, that second test, they were belting each other. Like, that's the most physical play I've seen.
Yeah.
So I think that All Blacks versus England semi-final.
Yeah.
At the last World Cup or the World Cup before, whenever it was, like, it was just intense.
Any game Fiji plays anyone as well. Yeah, it reminds me.
But yeah, let us know your favourite moment for the series in the comments. Now, best player from both sides, one player from each side, Frenny, in the Test series.
From Australia, I'm going to say Will Skelton, and he didn't play all the games, but his just sheer presence and dominance, and how much of a difference he made. I thought for Australia, he was awesome. He was one of my favourites for Australia. And for the Lions, I thought, I honestly thought, fuck, it's a tough one. I thought there was 3 really good ones, but I'm going to say Maro Itoje. Yeah. I thought his captain's knock, the intensity. And, mate, you know what I do like about him? Not his speeches, but his intensity, you can tell. Yeah. He's fucking on. I remember one of the commentators at the beginning of one of the games said something, and he just clapped back with something, and she was like, oh, shit. But, yeah, he just had that big Nigerian dick energy.
And Alex, your best favourite from each?
I think it's pretty obvious who I'll go for. He's one of my favourites of all time. Is Finn Russell. That try, that the ball that really sums up his play is that when he saw Sione Tuipulotu on the line in that first test where he just did an 8-man cutout, put it on his chest, and he was straight through a hole. His kicking game, he's just. I mean, I hate to say it because, I'm not very athletic at all, but, he's just so unassuming athletic. He actually, gets up in defence. He gets smashed a few times, but he holds on. Yeah, he goes. And and you can hear him, if it goes quiet and you've got the ref mic, you can just hear him chatting. But he just sees things. He's like, the Messi of rugby makes so much sense because Messi sees things that others don't, and he just sees stuff that others don't. He'd be the best 10 in the world, I reckon, fairly comfortably at the moment, based off that performance. He'd be picked in most teams as 10, all time. I think it's just, that might be a big call, but I just think he's so good. I fucking love him. And I love watching him play and his mannerisms and just that photo of him sitting down on the phone during the lightning break. And he does the cheeky smile. I saw that Lucan did an edit of himself and he was sitting outside on his story. That was quite funny. He's unreal. And then Wallabies, I'm going to double up and go Nick Frost. I think that, mate, he was on that. He'd almost be the first person on your team sheet. I don't think anyone was picking anyone. They were picking people out, but he was always in there. And I think that whilst he didn't kind of play awesome the first game, he kind of worked his way into the series. And I think he's 25 years old. He's just like a big horse. And, mate, he could play. He's got that style of game, and he seems to have a decent enough longevity that he could play 100 games in second row at 25. He just seems like he'd be the first guy on your team sheet just because you need someone to do the shitters.
Yeah, 100%. Mate, good shout. And Finn, mate, even when he made the mistakes, I think in the second test, he did a 3-man cutout pass and he went over the sideline and he kind of gave a smirk and he was like, oops, and then he just brushed it off and then did it again. And he
definitely risks today. He definitely takes some risks. Yeah, I reckon another one for the Lions is Sheehan, the hooker.
Oh yeah.
He was fucking awesome. But I love that cheeky try. From the tap, took it to ground. Then the next one got a tap straight again. He goes, these guys are going to die with my ankle. So ball straight over.
I'm not angry at that. I wasn't really angry at that.
That was just awesome.
Good shouts. And then lastly, before the test series, who was the best Super Rugby player or played in that combined series? Who was the favourite player out of that one, Frank?
Lucan.
Yeah.
I'm gutted the big fella didn't get a Guernsey for the Wallabies.
Yeah.
There's a couple of omissions that I was just like, when are they going to get on?
Yeah.
But Lucan, mate, he was
chat.
Just fucking ran hard. Shut up, you fucking pussy. I loved it, mate. So I'm glad we've still got, we've got this test series coming up. Hopefully he's back in the mixer for that. And Pete Samu, dudes like that. But Lucan, definitely one guy I thought really needed to be there. Yeah. Wasn't all good, but he put his hand up and had a fucking red hot crack. He's the best I've seen him play for a long time. He is just getting better and better.
Good chat. And Alex?
Best friend of the show has cancelled doing the podcast interviews 20 times, but he had unreal for the Waratahs and the Pacificos, Charlie Gamble.
Yeah.
It must be because he's fallen in love. There's been a lot of sharing of Instagrams with his new love life, and he's got a new lease on life. But man, he kind of showed the way of how you had to go against the Lions, and man, he was so good in that Tars game. He was even better in that Pacifica game. And man, if anything happened, he should be the first guy on the squad. And I think he would take it with both hands. Right. I think he'd be that type of player, like a bit of like a Papali'i for the All Blacks. He could be good for the Blues, and then when he gets to the All Blacks, he's just like the next level. I think that Gamble kind of gets up for those big games, and it's good to see good people do well, and it's also good to see people in love.
Good shout. Good shout. All right, let us know your favourites in the comments. Now let's get to the women. The Wallaroos faced Wales. They lost the week before, and then they came back and flogged them over in North Sydney. Boys, catch the game. Thoughts, and who played well?
Yeah, it was good to see Stuart back on the sting. I think that first game was probably just a little bit of a...
they were just jokes, mate. They were just...
Jace, blow the cobwebs out. But it's hard to lose on North Sydney Oval as a home team. So it was good. It was great. It was like we were at the pub nearby and there was a big buzz around. It was pissing down with rain, but plenty of people went out to watch. And... look, I think it's going to be hard for them at the World Cup, but like you never know. Like you get a decent run on, and they do run pretty high on form. The Wallaroos probably more so than the Wallabies, and they can string a couple of wins together. Who knows? But I think they'll be almost at full strength, which is good. It seems like all the injury timings are going to line up just in time for that first game. Yeah,
they've literally just dropped their World Cup squad. JT and I will be dissecting the Women's World Cup squads, all of them, in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, it's they're looking like they're going to peak once they get to the World Cup. It hasn't been pretty, but I think they're going to get there. They've got some good inclusions. Faliki Pohiva, they're pretty much like the women's Tongan Thor. She's going to do some damage in the tournament. So good luck to the girls. And watch out for mine and JT's. And we'll try and get a actually female on it as well to help us out, not look like creeps. All right, now, Mega Multi, NPC's back. There was a few Tasman. That should have been my no try. Dropping that team and then getting flogged. But we'll go Mega Multi second round, first game of the second round, Northland versus Southland. Who are we going with, boys?
Northland up the Tony Fast.
Oh, wow. We might lose on the first one. Ironside, you going with that one?
I was going to go with Southland, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll lock in Southland. I'm with the Ironside there. We'll lock in Southland. And then North Harbour hosting Taranaki. Naki had a good win on the weekend.
I think they're Naki. I think Harbour looked pretty not that great against Manawatu.
Yep. So we'll lock in the Naki. Waikato hosting Wellington. Waikato.
Wellington's
going to be a close one.
Piss off Fonz.
Waikato's got
through. Up your ass.
I'm happy to piss off. I'm happy to piss off Fonz. But I still think we'll go with Wellington.
Yeah, we'll go with Wellington since Fon's gone on a bloody 3-year holiday. And then we've got Tasman trying to at home against Manawatu.
Oh, up the Makos.
Okay.
Man, I think Manawatu look pretty good, like considering they've not been, but I'm go Tasman if they drop a similar side.
They can't lose 2 in a row with that kind of squad. And then we've got Canterbury hosting Auckland. Auckland lost at the depth because one of the old boys went through.
I'm going for my Palangi brothers down the south, mate. Up in the Stratas.
Yeah, Canterbury.
We'll lock in Canterbury. Counties and Bay of Plenty. This is Bay of Plenty, surely Bay of Plenty. Though they lost Leroy Carter and a few to the All Blacks.
My boys in South Auckland, I know Counties. Oda who? I love Counties, man.
All right. Oh, we're locking in Counties. Let's go. At home, lock in Counties. Then last game, Otago hosting Hawke's Bay.
Otago looked pretty good against Southland.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Otago.
Lock in Otago. Make sure you bet responsibly, but lock those multi-bets in and put a sneaky fiver on it. See how we go. Okay, we've got 2 viewers' questions. First one is Rugby Australia fixed? If not, then what's left to fix? Are we back, boys? Are we back?
No, we are nearly there, man. No, we're going like it's a graph. It's just going up, steady. But I think what Quaid said was bang on. We need to fucking cut the shit. We need to get our foreign players back. We're going to go South African model. Whatever. Everyone can whinge and wan, tell me that I'm a who know, you know what. And that's fine. I'll cop it. But what we need to do is what South Africa did and just open it up, get our best players, let them get developed overseas. They can pay for it, bring them back for Wallabies. And then our comp will get better here with our younger crop coming through. So then the depth, it's all about the depth, guys. And having the money to pay for the younger fellas letting the older fellas go and get cash in overseas, bring them back, boom, there you go.
So that means we're going to struggle more against all the New Zealand Super Rugby teams.
We're not, mate.
With all the kids playing them.
No. We're all good, man. We've got rid of Rebels, so we're sweet. Not all of them are going to have a mass exodus, man, but, we've got like our Harry Wilsons, those Mick Wright, all those boys are going to stay loyal to the soil. Get the couple of boys like Skelton, Gleeson, those lads over there, cash in a bit, come home. Mark's coming home from the Roosters. It's all good.
Okay. Outside?
And then we're gonna fucking sort out Super Rugby. Yeah, and the way Super Rugby is gonna work then is then we're gonna get everyone coming from everywhere. So we're gonna get bloody fucking someone from Canterbury coming over playing for the Reds. The Reds going to Canterbury, and everyone's intertwining, makes the comp stronger, develops our younger players, coaches and staff all going everywhere. Therefore, everything gets stronger. It's a greater product. People are coming from overseas to play there. Wallabies the greatest in the world again.
Yeah, okay. So separate segregation. Ironside, your thoughts?
A lot of hand movements. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'd be jumping on the phone and giving Mohammed bin Salman Al Saudi, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a call and saying how we can get some cash off them, because I think they're happy to invest in anything. We've got to find some investment so we can keep these guys here. I mean, yeah, it's all well and good, but the only reason they're leaving is for cash. Yeah. If you can get the cash here, then you can keep them. And
tell them we've got a couple of bit of oil wells and they could drill over here. So
mate, I'll let them drill whatever they want. They can drill me. But look, if it means the Wallabies going to win another World Cup, then yeah. But I think that you got to strike while the iron's hot. Like you got a Lions tour into a World Cup. Like I think you got to put everything into it. Like this Bledisloe, everyone's got to get that same energy. Yeah, there was a lot of Lions fans there, but there was a lot of Aussie fans there, and there was a lot of Kiwis there, South Africans. There's a lot of rugby fans. I think you need to just like strike while the iron's hot and do your best while the iron's hot. Exactly. I think that it's time to bring it, make it. We say it all the time, make it great again. I think you need to like be strategic, but you need to pump money into it. Yeah, it's all well and good to try and float what we've got from this tour, but I think they need to start putting some money back into it, take some risks, see where they can get some more money in, some private equity investment. I don't know. I'm sounding very technical here, but they need to get some cash in and spend it on those young guys coming through, because there's a lot of young guys I'm seeing in schoolboy rugby in Australia that are getting signed by NRL clubs. Man, let's keep them. Let's give them $1 million at 18. Who cares? Look how they're going to turn out. Like you got a Jorgensen, you got a Sawali. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sawali.
I reckon you're waffling on a bit here.
Speaking of Muhammad Ali Sheikh that Alex is talking about, this Rugby 360, do you reckon it's actually going to happen? How's it going to fit? Man,
I think all these things are like, it's almost, this is how it works. It's like they did it with Live Golf and the PGA Tour. I know you're a big golf fan, Johnny, but like it's all a way to then get the investment back into somewhere else. They'll do it, they'll threaten it, and then those other competitions will try and get the money off them by offering them something. But I just don't know how it's going to work. I think you've got a lot of players, but I don't think you'll get the best of the best, because I think deep down the best of the best still want to play for their country.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Last question. Wallabies are set to announce their TRC squad. It's been rumoured that the overseas players based in Europe will not be included in the series, which means no Nella, Skelton, Hooper, Gleeson. Do the Aussies have enough depth at home to cover them?
Easy. Pete Samu, Lucan, let's go.
Well,
I think if I was them, I'd have a bigger squad than normal. Like get some guys in, get some younger guys in. Use this as like a tour, not necessarily to blood them, but get them into the training camp.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
like
fringe guys.
Although, like with it, Pete Summers, Gleeson, not Gleeson, Charlie Gamble, Luke Hahn, like these guys who are just sort of missing the team. But playing good footy, getting them in the mix as well. That'll be good. But like you said, there's young youth coming through as well. That'll be really good to develop a few.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially the type 5. I think those guys are key to getting the program. I know the Reds have just signed a heap of them from schoolboys, so that NRL won't go sniffing. But yeah, I think just get into the program and try to learn how to tight heads what we need, what we're going to lose in Nella If we lose Allen for injury again, then massive hole. But yeah, let's. Mate, he's developing real quick as well. So yeah, credit to Eddie for putting him in last World Cup squad. Now that's the pod, boys. All that's left is shout outs. Frenny, shout out.
Shout out to Big Yes, mate. First game doing some conversions. Got a couple of good first ones and then missed another 5. But hey, look, they're all from the sideline. So this week, boys, 12As, let's fucking score closer to the goals and give Big Yes a chance, eh?
Yo, let's go.
Quick shout out, he's a big fan of the show. He reaches out all the time, but Ronan O'Gara, just for his passionate speech about Will Skelton. A bit fragile today. It's a Monday as per usual, and the hairs went up on the back of my neck. So it made me emotional. Awesome to see. Mate, blokes crying will make me cry every time. I don't know why. Like, it'll just get me. It just gets me. It makes me happy. I think it's so cool to see that guy, respected by him and did a job for the Wallabies. Blokes who wear their hearts in their sleeves, they go a long way in my heart. So, big fan, obviously, of us, Ronan O'Gara. He listens every week, and go for it.
Yeah.
Hey. And also shout out to his French accent when he's spraying blokes in French and he still sounds Irish. It's unreal.
Yeah, shout out to World Rugby. We're back and Pod's back. Sorry about last week, but we're totally back. See TRC next week as we start our preview on all Rugby Championship. Okay, see you boys. Thanks, boys.
Bye.
Bye.